guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about, is pre-loved luxury dead? Is it kaput? Is it over? Is it a thing of the past? Stay tuned to hear my opinion. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content. Hit the like button for this video if you want to see more content like it. So I want to talk, is pre-loved luxury over? Specifically, I'm going to talk about Fashionphile because that's who I have the most interaction with as a pre-loved luxury consumer. So let's just jump right in. First of all, years and years ago, so really I think it was like before 2019-ish, was it 2019? Yeah, so before 2019, when you purchased on Fashionphile, there were no taxes. For that, there's something with a law that came out with the taxes to that, so now you do have to pay taxes. So that was one thing that was really awesome for Fashionphile back in the day. In 2019, Neiman Marcus and Fashionphile, I guess Neiman Marcus became a minority shareholder of Fashionphile stock. Let me read you what I found online.
Neiman Marcus acquired a minority stake in Fashionphile in 2019 for an undisclosed amount and said its store-in-store locations in 5 cities, Palo Alto, San Francisco, Beverly Hills, Fashion Island, and North Park, Dallas, have since collected nearly $16 million in resale merchandise.
Personally, I like the pre-loved steals and deals, which is why I tend to choose to go pre-loved over brand new. So Fashionphile has categories for their purses, and they go like this order. They're giftable, new, excellent, very good, good, and fair. I ran out of fingers. So used to, you could just look at the description of the condition. You could read how they outlined all the description. They used to over explain the things that were wrong in the purses, scratches, missing pieces, etc. Now, if you're not careful, you really end up not getting as good of a deal as you think. So really, it seems as if since Neiman Marcus bought a minority stake in the company, they have grown too quickly for themselves. They've just gotten too big for their britches. And here are some examples. One thing is with the pictures that you see on Fashionphile, a lot of times I'm noticing that it's like they're going too fast when they're listing something. You're gonna get bad pictures. You're gonna actually have wrong pictures of wrong items. I have emailed them about this, and so has one of my subbies, Janet, and she said that she essentially got the same thing. They basically tell you that there's a disclaimer that the pictures you see on the model may be a different purse, but it's just for size reference. So it's not actually the purse that you're purchasing, but what it is it's the same type of purse on that mannequin so that you can see the size reference, which that just seems lazy to me. You guys have so much capital to work with. You made $16 million since 2019, and that's just in the in-store locations inside of Neiman Marcus's. This is insane. Something else is that it'll list something as excellent condition, and then in the actual description of what's wrong with it, it'll list it's excellent condition. However, it has minor scratches on the hardware. That's not excellent condition. It's just not. So their descriptions are kind of all over the place. They've lowered the bar in the descriptions that they're okay with putting out there and the condition that they put it in. Maybe they've trained people too quickly. Maybe they haven't trained the new people well enough on their procedures and policies. I don't know. A lot of times their pricing now is over retail for something that's, especially something that's new to the stores, to Louis Vuitton specifically. If it's a really, really sought after piece, it'll be well over the retail price, which is ridiculous. And then also with all these price increases that Louis Vuitton and Chanel are having, I'm going to talk Louis Vuitton specifically. That's typically what I own. I've had one Chanel piece in the past. So with the price increases that Louis Vuitton is having for canvas pieces, not even just on their leather pieces, on canvas pieces, that is going to increase the price in the pre-loved market. So cool, totally understand, that's just business. However, it's when retail price is already what a lot of people are saying too high for the quality of purse that you're getting anymore, but now Fashionphile, Rebag, whoever is charging more than retail. I mean, I'm just not that desperate. I don't want a piece that bad that I'm going to pay over retail. I will have the patience and just wait it out, or I just won't own that piece. And you know what? I'm going to live. It's going to be okay. And then also they've gone away from the date codes and they've gone to these microchips. How is the pre-loved market going to authenticate these pieces? How are we supposed to trust them authenticating those pieces? I mean, really, if you wanted to say that, you could also say, how can you trust them authenticating these pieces as is, right? Anybody can be a professional in that. I have different thoughts on that, but it's just really, really interesting how I want to see how this is going to affect the pre-loved market as well. So my personal experiences are, I've had a couple of things that have happened that when I bought my favorite MM years ago, and I'll put a picture of it here, I think I have pictures of the actual one, I purchased it, I got it, I was excited, I didn't check it over as carefully as I should have. It was a damier bend piece, and I took the tag off. And then I realized that the link chain had a like major kink in it, and it wouldn't come out. I tried, my husband tried, I wouldn't let him use any like pliers or anything to try because I was afraid it would break. I reached out to Fashionphile, and their response was,
"It clearly shows that in the pictures."
in the description, it was listed nowhere. It was not listed in the description. I will find the whole description and everything that they had listed if I can of this purse and pictures, and I'll put them here. And so that was really disappointing. I don't even know that they said I could send it back. I think they said if I hadn't taken the tag off, I could send it back. That was it. The other thing on that purse is really known for, it has the magnetic, the old one has the magnetic flap to it, and right above that magnet you could see that it was almost like creasing. And you couldn't see that in those pictures. They had moved the lighting to be just perfect so that you couldn't tell that in the pictures. And I just felt like it was a little dishonest to its consumers. And the other one is the Salone that I just purchased. In the pictures, again, I will put these pictures up here, it showed a shoulder pad for the strap, and when I received it, there was no shoulder pad, but it took me a few days. I knew I wanted to keep it as soon as I got it. I had no intent of like sending it back or anything. So I took the tag off, I look it over, I carried immediately on vacation that we went on, and we're on vacation. I was like, wait a second. I feel like there was like a shoulder pad or something. So I go back to the pictures, and sure enough, so I screenshot those, I email them, and I say, hey, this is missing. And their response, essentially, this is Fashionphile, was,
"Oh, well, we'll check around here, but in the meantime, can you take pictures of your purse and let us see that it's not there?"
I'm like, really? Okay. That's silly to me, because if I were not an honest person, I could have easily just removed that shoulder pad piece and then taken a picture. I didn't. I don't have that shoulder pad piece. I even went back into the boxes and looked, and they were nowhere to be found. So they did do me right in this one, and they gave me a partial refund, so a little bit over $100. I think it ended up being about $109 back for that piece missing. But like, do your due diligence, Fashionphile. Why are you listing something with that? And then literally, like, before you send it out, you should be having somebody check that box that all those pieces are there. If this piece is supposed to come with the box, the dust bag, the this, the that, like, check that, make sure that it is. I mean, you get a receipt and somebody has like initialed it. How have they not checked that? I just think they've grown too quickly and they can't keep up with the demand. And then Janet, hi Janet, that I was mentioning earlier, she had that similar thing that she has let them know multiple times that the pictures are wrong, the description is wrong, whatever, and she's gotten essentially the same thing. She also lost out on a purse because she had credit with Fashionphile, and I hope I'm telling the story right. She had credit with Fashionphile, and she went to put something, she had waited, something finally was available for the layaway program. It didn't have the option for the layaway program, so she goes in, she refreshes her screen, by the time she gets back to it, it's gone. Somebody had taken it. Like, get your ish together, you guys. Come on. Like, even your website. I understand there are glitches in websites, but like, that was so disappointing to her. And so as a consumer, when something like that happens, it just really kind of turns you off of using a service if it's not gonna work correctly. And the reason she's wanting to purchase it is because she already has a credit with you anyway. Anyway, I'm just ranting at this point. So I'm sorry that happened to you, Janet. That really does suck. What I've noticed when I contact customer support for Fashionphile is the level of support just really depends on the associate you get at Fashionphile. It doesn't seem like there's a solid rhyme or reason, a solid policies and procedures and that. So, you know, really, if you have questions about a bag, you need to email them or call them. If you email them, there's going to be a wait period in between, so you could lose out on that bag. That's just the reality of it. That stinks, but that's just how it is. So there's that. So kind of in conclusion, to like sum up my rant, you have to shop for the deal. You have to study the pictures. You need to call and email them to check a piece for you and send more pictures. And really, you just have to do your due diligence. And unfortunately, it didn't used to be like that on there. It just didn't. The customer support seemed to be more customer oriented and more customer friendly. Unfortunately, that's kind of shifted. But doing all that I just mentioned could mean that you just miss out on a purse. So here are my tips and tricks. You need to have a wish list. You need to know the retail value of what you're looking for. So whatever's on that wish list, know what it's going for in the stores. You need to know what you're willing to pay for it and in what condition you're willing to accept that in. So at this level of condition, I'm willing to pay this. At this level of condition, I'm willing to pay this. And this is the worst condition that I'm willing to accept this in, and this is what I'm willing to pay for that, right? And do you want it to have all the stuff with it? Do you want it to have the dust bag, the box, all of that stuff that goes with it, or do you care about that? I never really cared about that. To me, boxes just kind of, they're decorative, but you know, this is like not humble brag, but at one point I just had too many boxes. I ended up just having to get rid of them. Some people do sell them. You can do what you want with them. And in the end, you just need to ask questions. Make sure that you ask questions to the sales associates, whoever you can get in touch with the quickest. I think a phone call is the easiest, so know when they open and call like right as they open, because that's when you're going to get a hold of somebody the quickest. They are busy, and that does tell you like they either haven't hired enough people or they are just overwhelmed with the amount of people, which I guess goes back to they need to hire more people. So my very, very last tip for any kind of pre-loved luxury is do not panic buy. What I've learned is, yes, I love this purse. It doesn't come on the market very often, but when it does, it's still not a great deal, so you have to watch it. And there were multiple of purses like this that were on Fashionphile when I was looking, and by the time it got to the price that I was willing to pay, this is the one that was left, and thankfully it was in really, really great condition. So I have my own my own stories with that. I have panic bought in the past, and it bit me in the rear. You know, what would end up happening is I'd get it and I'd see that there was more wear and tear to it than I wanted. I would receive it and it wasn't really the size I was thinking it would be in my mind, and I would try to make that work and fit and justify it, and guess what? It never did. And you guys just saw my full luxury collection. I have really pared it down to the things that I actually use, because it's purses that will actually carry what I need them to carry. Just don't panic buy. There will always be another purse. There will always be something else that will fit whatever you're looking for. So those are my opinions.
Rant over.
What do you think? Do you think pre-loved luxury, Fashionphile as a whole, like specifically is done for? Do you think it can make a resurgence? Do you think that purchasing new is just a better option as a whole because you get some more guarantee to it? Let me know down below. These are just my opinions. I can be wrong because they are just opinions. Change my mind. Change my mind on it. Like, give me your opinions. Let me know what you think. That is it. So thank you guys for watching. If you did make it this far, bless you. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk, is pre-loved luxury dead? That's just the reality. And this is the least condition that I'll accept it in. So this is and in the end, you just need to ask questions. And in